Anthony Edwards is one of the upcoming rising stars in the NBA, a 6'5" athletic guard who uses his explosiveness off the dribble and confident shot creation to make plays. Edwards, with his recent play with Team USA, is bringing upon people to look at him as the next face of the NBA. But is the 22-year-old ready for that spotlight yet? We're going to dive into Anthony Edwards' game to see if he is a potential future superstar. Anthony Edwards averaged 24.6 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 4.4 assists on 56% true shooting. Edwards operated last season at a 30% usage, getting more reps with the ball in his hands, and the first thing that jumps out is that Edwards is a legit downhill threat. Strong body and explosive, allowing him to play below and above the rim. He drives the basketball 12 times a game and shoots 52% from the field off those drives. His drive into the rim is his biggest area of attack, as he operates at a 37% frequency on rim shots and shoots 64% at the rim according to Cleaning the Glass. Edwards has an explosive first step mixed with a lethal handle that allows him to size up and lull defenders before exploding to the rim. He uses power and finesse to be a threat at the rim. He's a fearless finisher, not being fazed when the defense helps at the rim. His pacing on drives or attacking off of ball screens has really grown from his rookie year. He has a good understanding of changing speeds and finding angles in the defense to attack. He has a pretty strong handle, pounding the basketball and staying tight as he gets through traffic, and the ability to get crafty with his dribble moves to find another angle to attack. His tween size up really gets defenders guessing. He has a strength to be a guy who can show that he can initiate contact and also absorb contact when attacking the rim. His attacks to the rim are helping improve his free throw numbers. Last season attempted 5.3 free throws a game, solid, and through his career it has been steadily improving. I love his ability as a 2-foot finisher. He's able to stay on balance and control, and showcases at times the ability to adjust his layup mid-air. The downhill threat also pops in early offense, where he can generate quick offense, bringing the ball up and attacking a defense that isn't set up yet. From his rookie year till now, there's a great understanding that he knows he's built and he knows he's dangerous with a head of steam going towards the rim. And so he's flourishing with that ability. I've really been impressed with how Edwards' off-ball play translates. He is really good attacking off the catch, and being a threat as a shooter has opened up the pump fake and go game, where he can quick fake and explode by his defender, and that can result in some highlight plays. He's good at reading the closeout defender's momentum, seeing what side of his body they are closing out to, and attacking opposite. And even if you are able to stay in front of Edwards on his closeout attacks, he's crafty enough to generate a step back and get a clean shot off. His cutting has been pretty smooth when he does it, only operates at a really low 1.7% frequency, but ranks in the 94th percentile on cuts. He has the little off-ball shimmy and movements that can throw off a defense trying to deny the ball from him. The Wolves can at times run some screens for him that can set him up for lobs. The other layer with his off-ball play is his shooting. He shoots 37% from 3, and on catch and shoot threes, he shoots 41.7% on around 3 attempts a game. While on pull-up threes, he shoots 33% on around 4 attempts a game. Edwards is a high-volume three-point shooter, really good shooting off the catch when he is in rhythm. He has a pretty high release on his shot and can generate it off of shot creation. Side steps, pullbacks, and step backs, just lulling the defense and then using a hang dribble to get into his shot. His pull-up three-point shooting drags his percentage as a shooter down. The pull-up three-point shooting is a very tough skill, but it's a skill that defenses really have to stay with him and contest with the fear of the drives. He shows the willingness to shoot off the dribble threes, and he's good to hit a couple of these in a game. If you like this video, I really encourage you to hit that subscribe button, man. If you just enjoy player breakdowns, team breakdowns, the X's and O's of the game, I have hundreds of videos and shorts breaking down players, schemes. This is the best place to get detailed breakdowns. So go ahead, man, subscribe. I know you love this video, so you might as well just subscribe. The next step in Edwards' game is putting together a clean mid-range game. This helps in playoff games, and it's an area where you can see some potential in, but it could use more growth. He operates at a 28% frequency in the mid-range and shoots a poor 37% from there. The potential is there. There's some post moves he has, fadeaways, spin moves, pull-ups, a bit of a floater, but he hasn't really leaned on that in between game much. The efficiency can be much better. The shot creation and footwork are also there to put this all together. He just has to be more comfortable in that area. Edwards as a playmaker will make or break him. There has been growth in his playmaking, but there are still areas of concern. He averaged 4.4 assists and 3.3 turnovers on the season. The ratio there isn't the best, especially when majority of the time he has the ball in his hands. With Edwards' pressure at the rim, he does open up the drive and kick game. He has a good blend of finding guys on the interior and also beaming the ball to shooters. 161 of his assists came from finding shooters from three, and 128 of his assists on the season came from finding guys inside, according to PBP stats. The pacing I mentioned earlier allows him to be in control and be able to dissect the defense off of ball screens, and he shows a solid understanding of where help is coming from and who to look for. He can throw passes with either hand. There's been growth with his live dribble passing off of screens, especially the skip pass. He does make some clean, simple reads and at times can get fancy. The bounce and lob pass are two passes that really shines in his tape, but Edwards doesn't always process the game quick enough, missing passing windows or drawing out a play too long, or sometimes forcing the issue and not passing to the open guy. He's not a ball screen manipulator compared to guys like Luka or Trae Young. At times, he can throw some really bad, inaccurate passes, just getting careless. On the season, he had 128 bad passes. When met with heavy defensive pressure, seeing multiple bodies, Edwards tends to throw some rough passes when attacking. Anthony Edwards has the potential to be a really good defender. He has great physical tools to work with, but a lot of his defensive struggles really could be chucked up to, well, he's young. Off ball, he can at times fall asleep and ball watch and has a tendency to gamble for steals, which gets him out of position defensively, and at times shows lapses when he's just not engaged defensively. He averaged 1.6 steals on the season, mostly playing in the passing lanes, and can show some solid defense at the point of attack that results in a clean steal and a leak out. He showcased the ability to be a vertical threat when helping from the weak side and can come in for some blocks. There is potential in his ability to stay solid at the point of attack, moves his body well and gets stops. He's a pretty switchable defender, although the technique in switching isn't there yet. He does show the ability to be a guy to chase players over screens, fighting to stay attached and make some defensive plays. Edwards does have the potential to be a good defender, and I think we are seeing a good glimpse of that in his Team USA play. Well, that's the rundown on Anthony Edwards, one of the most polarizing young players in the league right now. As long as he polishes up his playmaking, mid-range game, and a defensive consistency and discipline, he can do some really elite things in Minnesota.